Yeah. 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 TG and Mecah, they running the show. Talking Buckeye football, letting them know. OH. Buckeye ladies ring the victory bell. OH. Now go ahead and give them hell. Smart, bold, and ready, they know their ball. Scarlet and gray pride, they've got it all. OH. Buckeye ladies ring the victory bell. OH. Now go ahead and give them hell.
What up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Buckeye Ladies Show. I'm TG. This is my co-host, Mecah. Mecah, how are you doing, girl?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, everybody. Welcome to the show. We want to shout out our sponsors, mybookie.com. If you enter in the promo code Ohio, you start off with a $500 insurance betting, where if anything goes wrong with your betting, you can pretty much just get the money back. So make sure you go to mybookie.com, put in the promo code of Ohio, and put it and get your $500 to start. Like, let's get it done. But now that we're getting the show started, we're going to talk about a little bit of recruiting news to start off the show, which is Angelo Smith, aka Jeremiah Smith's brother, commits to Ohio State. Mecah, what you got to say about that?
I mean, I think this kid's the real deal. I know everyone's kind of bugging out about his size, but I think he'll be fine. He can grow. He's only 15 and he's definitely going to grow, and he definitely has all the tools to be a top weighted defensive back, and he also plays a little bit of wide receiver. The thing I love most about him is he does great at mirroring what the wide receivers can do and running the routes for them and getting to the balls early and getting his hands on the balls. He plays much bigger than what he is, and I think it's a great pickup for us.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me about Angelo Smith, I mean, people are worried about his size. I'm like, guys, remember Antoine Winfield Jr., the son of Anton Winfield Sr., who Urban didn't think his size would amount to anything, and he's one of the best defensive backs in the NFL, one of the highest paid safeties. So, like,
And
guys, size ain't everything. Like, it's part of it. Like, you need to have appropriate size, but it ain't everything. Like,
and
remember that.
and also we recently offered Washington commit Sean Duncan
Mhm.
out of out of Oakland in California. He's 6'1", about 190. I really like this kid. He can hit. He's got great closing speed, and he's gonna be on. He's gonna be there to watch us face off against Washington. So let's put on a good show for him.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a couple other commits there as well. Apparently, is there any other recruiting news?
I think Derek Coleman Brewster is also supposed to be on campus for that game, and we're still talking with him. And also, Coach Key also visited with Mac Sutter, the tight end. So that door isn't closed, and the door isn't closed on Adam Guthrie, Clemson, the Clemson OT out of Miami Trace either. And I'm wondering if we get back in on Jacob Witherspoon or King Gephardt as well. I haven't heard anything concrete on that, but just seeing what's going on with those two programs, I think it could be a possibility.
And that's great. Honestly, I can't wait to see what things go as far as the recruits, because a lot of these recruits are really really good, and some people just like, again, guys, size is a part of it. Like, I'm not saying I want these guys to be small, like they need to put on some muscle, they need to be a little bigger, but also like it ain't everything. Like, you have to have
Yeah.
skill too. Like, you can have size, but if you don't have skill, who the heck cares?
And a
Really?
lot of these guys that are smaller are also younger, so they have time to grow into their bodies and stuff. Like, just because you're small at 15 doesn't mean you're going to be small at 17 or 18.
Yeah. So that's the good thing. So now we're gonna transition into. We're actually gonna transition into the week 4 recap, which is start with talking about Illinois versus Indiana, which is Illinois. What the heck happened, and is Indiana legit?
Fernando Mendoza is an NFL quarterback. Like, he was impressive and very very accurate. I loved his game. I'll be the first to admit I was not expecting that. I thought Illinois would give them a tougher game, but their winning game got completely shut down. They got turned completely one dimensional. Uh, Indiana's defense really stepped up.
Hmm.
Their linebackers were very active.
Yep.
I mean, it was just an all around impressive game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was not only an impressive game, but I really do believe it just showed everybody that that Indiana might be here to stay. Like, we thought they'd be a bunch of one trick ponies. Instead, what we seeing is these guys might actually be a top, a middle of the, like a mid tier team in the Big Ten, like a tier 2 team. They actually might be here to stay. Which, trust me, a lot of people would have never thought would have happened. Like, who would have thought that with Indiana? Like, the last time they were this good of a team, it was when they had Michael Penix as their quarterback in 2019 and 2020. So the fact that you got Indiana that's like this level of legit really says everything about what Kirk Cignetti is building there. It really does.
On a side note, I like where we stand with the um, commit Jaden Williams, the linebacker. I think we could flip him away, but um, it'll be interesting to see whether he sticks with Indiana or not, depending on what they're building there.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's pretty much saying it. Like, Indiana, Sean just said that Indiana's for real, and Miss Pinky says Cignetti is a terrific coach. Well, I will say this: he, unlike the other, like, he is a descendant of the Nick Saban coaching tree, so I'm not surprised he's this good of a coach. Unlike most, I'll say. But I will say this: like, Cignetti knows how to bring, like, he really knows what he's doing. And I know for a lot of people, this brings questions about Illinois. Like, is Illinois really a good football team, or are they just terrible? And I still think Illinois is a good football team. I really do. Now, I know they have injuries and some issues they've had beforehand, but to me, I still think they're a good football team that can't be underestimated. To me, I think Illinois is still a team you have to consider to be like a dark horse contender. But I mean, I know for a fact that getting their butts spanked by Indiana the way they did uh, doesn't help them. But you know, I think they're a real legit football team. Illinois is. I still think they're good. I don't think people should just throw them off and say, oh, they're not a good football team. Like, no, they're a good football team, but Indiana just had a great defense and knew how to shut them down. I
They
think.
the main thing is they need to learn how to be not so one dimensional and open up their pass game and give the quarterback some help. I think that
Hmm.
when Indiana shut down the run game, that was like the death knell for them during that game. They just couldn't get anything else going.
Yeah, and it's funny. Eric honestly says it that Indiana looks like a CFP team and maybe better than what they were last season, which I think the same way. Like, and Sean, and another thing he brings up is how Illinois looks so overmatched. I don't think it's the fact that Illinois was so over. Like, yeah, they were overmatched, but the reality is, I don't think they were. I think they didn't open up their playbook as Mecah said. I think that when you think about it, if um if Illinois wants to have a good chance of competing at the highest level, they really, and I mean this when I say this, they really, really, really have to open up their passing game because they got the receivers, in my opinion. I think they got some pretty good receivers. It's all about opening up the playbook well enough. Like, yeah, use the run to set up the pass, I guess, but also know when you need to pass to set up the run is the other thing. And Vader will get to that towards the end of the thing. I should say, of the segment.
Yeah, I do think Illinois still has fight in them, and I look for them to improve during the season. But that was just a meltdown there.
Oh,
I
yeah. I, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I know this is always gonna be the question that people have, Andre. Like I don't think Illinois is that bad. I really don't. And kind of speaking of such, let's talk about a real bad college football team by the name of Oklahoma State that just fired Mike Gundy.
The mullet has lost its magic.
It really has. It's unfortunate. So, with his firing, who else is on the hot seat? Now, we all know Dabo Sweeney most definitely is going to be on the hot seat. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. At this point, he's on the hot seat. The question is, who else other than Dabo is on the
I
hot seat?
know it's probably not feasible, but if I was North Carolina, I'd get away from Belichick as soon as possible. It's it's just not. It's just not. No, he's got too many other things on his mind. Like it's just not working, and it's a mess.
I mean, yeah, it
And it just looks worse. The dude is becoming a meme at this point. Like
practically. Hey, Mika, you see what Eric wrote out for you?
no.
He says, the mullet has lost his mind. It's okay, Mika. He's a man. He's 40. Yeah. I mean, Sean basically said it. Mike Gundy did a hell of a job for a long time.
Yeah,
Man, it was bound to happen. I'm sorry. Like, he couldn't improve on it. It was bound to happen.
he put a hats off to him. He put a lot into that program. Like, and he went there. And I know that's gonna be hard, but it was it was time to get someone else in there.
Yeah. Lisa says, Coach Tom Osborne told a young Saban, you aren't as bad as you think. Illinois will be fine. Too many injuries, and Indiana's dang good. That's also true, Lisa. That's really true. And honestly, like, besides Dabo and potentially Belichick, I couldn't think of anybody else that's on the hot seat right now. Other than maybe a couple of SEC coaches, like the Arkansas head coach. I hear he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, but he's been on the hot seat for the last 2 years, and they haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like that's the only other guy I hear about. Other than that, it's like no. But yeah, no. I guess we will find out just how good both. Okay, so Oregon. Okay, so this is about, and we can talk about that later. But going on that, let's talk about Oklahoma State's the big brother of Oklahoma in the Oklahoma Sooners, which is Oklahoma legit?
I think they are. I mean, I can see some holes here and there in their secondary, maybe, but like, I think they are. Like, I like Mattia. I think he's a great quarterback for them, for their system that they want to run, and their defense has showed some flashes. The only questions I have is on their secondary. Like, I need to see more from them.
Yeah, you asked me. I think Oklahoma is a legit playoff contender. Contender as far as like CFP championship, no, but like CFP playoff contender, like yeah, I could see them as that. But I do have my skepticism because of everything you just said as far as the holes on their team, starting with their secondary. So like I question that a lot about Oklahoma. Like they're a legit playoff contender to me, but I will have skepticism about it because of the constant holes.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have my skepticism about that with them. All of a sudden this started becoming a talking point, and trust me, I think everybody would agree with this. Should Miami be ranked over Ohio State as number one? The answer is no.
Absolutely not.
Like, absolutely not. That's I don't even know why this became a question. Um, but like, what would give anybody the reason to believe Miami's the number one? I don't understand. I don't.
Years and years of unearned delusion.
Practically, I mean, that's the only reason I can think of. Like, you think if anybody thinks Miami should be number one, I don't know what is wrong with you at this point. I really don't. I don't. I don't. I don't. So that's not even a bothersome type of that don't even need to be explained. Who has beaten expectations at least 3 weeks into the, or should I say 4 weeks into the season? Who's beaten expectations?
Mm, USC, even though still don't believe in them, honestly. Like, I need to see more.
I mean, have
They,
they really? Because it's like in reality, what you expect. What do you expect them to do against teams they're supposed to be better than? Let's be honest.
yeah, but they didn't do good against the teams they were supposed to be better than last year, so at
Fair.
least that's
And
enough. At least there's an upside.
hey, oh my God, Sean, basically ripping on Miami saying this is not 1986. It's true. It's not. But oh, and then here's another one. Jimmy Johnson's not at my.
So true.
Oh boy,
So true.
I mean that's fair. As far as a team that's exceeded my expectations, if I had to say a team that's exceeded my expectations, I would say it's Indiana just because I did not expect them to be this good. I knew they'd be at least a solid team. I didn't think they'd be this good.
I'm honestly surprised by Washington as well. I didn't think they'd be as good as they are.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Washington is somewhat beating their expectations as well. So like Indiana and Washington would be the two teams. And you know what? Another team too is Florida State. Like, thank you for reminding me, Tyler, because I forgot just how trash they were abysmal last year. And
Yeah,
this year they're like exceeding their expectations from what they were last year. So that's another team to take into account that has exceeded expectations. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, no, like those three teams for sure have beaten expectations, I would say. USC, like I said, I'm not gonna say you beaten expectations because like I've seen you for years and years and years and years and years and years, like under Lincoln Riley, where you guys against dog crap teams, you look good, and then when you go up against like even against like Michigan State, who's a good team, this is like the first real good team you've actually beaten. And I don't even think, and Michigan State's getting better as the years go on. Like, they're a really good football team. I can give that to them. Like, they're way better. But at the end of the day, I'm still not going to give it to Michigan State. I'm still not Michigan State to USC until they beat legitimate competition. Because when they go up against mediocre to just good competition is where they stink. And then think about how they look against great to elite. So like, no, they got to show me that on consistency.
I,
I would say Michigan State falls somewhat kind of beneath that, but pretty much in the mediocre category, but the low tier of the mediocres.
I agree. But Michigan State has shown signs of improvement, and like I said, I won't believe in Lincoln Riley until I see way more.
Oh yeah, and no, I get what you're saying, Andre, about Indiana, but it's like Illinois is a really good football team, and like you can't take that for dismissal. Like they, to me, are like to me, Illinois is that one of those top tier, mid tier teams in the Big Ten. I would absolutely say for sure. And as Sean said it, the Big Ten conference is better than what we all thought it would be. And Sean asked us who would be our dark horses in each Power Four conference. For the SEC, I would say I'm gonna go with Texas A&M or Vanderbilt because of how these two teams have played, and
I
then
would,
one
I
of
would,
those two teams.
I would go with Texas A&M. I don't believe in Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I'm not just saying like because Vanderbilt has been a really good football team, so that's why I would pretty much put them up there. But I would go ahead and say Texas A&M over them until proven otherwise. The Big Ten, now you got a couple of them. Like, you know, I think Indiana was always one because obviously heck, you never thought Indiana would be good. Illinois, is another one.
Indiana or Washington.
Maybe Washington, but I'm not. Here's the thing, I'm
Any,
not. And we're gonna
any,
talk about them soon, but I'm not sold on them because I don't think their defense is all that good.
that would be my only hold off for them is I don't believe in their defense right now.
Yeah, I don't believe in it right now. and I don't know how their offense holds up against legitimate competition. The other ones I would say is for the Big 12, I would say Cincinnati. And then the ACC, I would say, hmm, maybe, I don't know who I would say for the ACC. Maybe SMU again or some other team, because that's the only other team I can think
I don't know. That conference sucks. Can we get like an asterisk for all of them? Because they're
of.
all terrible.
Oh man, I mean, I can understand it because it's like, oh my god, these people are just like,
I
because
got
the SEC absolutely, like, they suck. Let's be honest about
I
that.
got Cincinnati or Texas Tech out of the.
Yeah, it's Cincinnati and Texas Tech. I almost forgot about Texas Tech, but I had to try to remind myself which conference they were in. So yeah, I would say Texas Tech and Cincinnati for the Big 12, and then for the ACC, I mean, as Chris Lane says it here, they're all dark horses outside of maybe Miami.
I just watched the video on Texas Tech's facilities. Oh my goodness, they're impressive.
Oh
They
heck yeah! I mean,
they're,
that's because you got a billionaire backing you. You better be putting his money to use.
they're really funneling money into the program now. It's they're gonna be legit.
Oh, for sure. Well, at least if they build a culture, because remember we talked about how like money, you can buy players with money. No one gives a damn.
Yeah,
Like it's not gonna work unless you have like a certain like a culture there. Like you better be having a culture that's built there because you can buy as many players as you want. Guess what? You buy players and you don't build a culture, you're gonna end up like Texas A&M. You're gonna be just like Scum because I can already see how this is gonna go with Scum. Now that we can talk about them going up against Nebraska because they
yeah.
should have lost that game by far. And trust me, had they went down by as many points as I know they would have, oh my god, they would have fell apart like no tomorrow. So the reality is, when you talk about Nebraska, is like what the heck, Nebraska?
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Someone needs to grab Rayola, shake him, and tell him not every throw has to be a sidearm throw. It drives me up the wall.
Yeah, I was watching this, and how about get him a quarterback coach that can actually teach him how to read a defense?
I, no matter how many broccoli haircuts you get, you are not Patrick Mahomes. Stop it.
But wouldn't you think that like he learns from Patrick Mahomes, but don't you think Patrick Mahomes will be teaching you the fundamental basics of how to read a defense?
I
Like,
mean,
have you not picked that up from him at all?
here's the thing. He has got all the raw talent in the world. And I get that his offensive line that game was atrocious, but he
Oh
was
yeah, it was. That offensive line was terrible.
but he was holding the ball way too long. And,
Um, he was like, dude, and not only that, but you had guys that were open. And it's because
and
he keeps focusing on his first read. And then once he gets off that, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like, dude, you don't know how to read a defense? You spent all that time training with Patrick Mahomes and you don't know how to read a defense?
yes, and if I have to hear how much time he spends under Patrick Mahomes and Matt Stafford one more time, I'm gonna lose it. I'm legit I'm legit gonna lose it.
I mean, fair. I mean, again, you can't talk about how you learn from Patrick Mahomes, and yet simple self can't even be able to read a defense. Like
And
you're locked on your first read, and you don't even know where to go after that. When you have guys that are wide open, like I watched this game, the first two scores should have been 14 freaking points at least, 14
and
points to not to at least 3 points, and then you should have kept going. And it's like you had so many opportunities. You made so many big time throws, so many good throws at times. But then you also kept making the dumb plays. It's like, dude, um, it's actually ridiculous. Lisa actually asked, "What do you think about Georgia Tech?" Actually, Georgia Tech is actually one that could be a dark horse because they are a really good physical football team that plays that Big Ten style. I'll
Hay-
see that now.
Haynes King is a leader. I love that young man. He is a leader. The stuff that he's been through and just how he's grown from going from Texas A&M over to Georgia Tech has been impressive. I really like that kid. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, but yeah, no, back to the Nebraska game because it's like people. I can tell you straight up. I can go back and show you the tape. I can watch the game and I can tell you because when I was watching it with Corey and Chris, it was ticking me off so bad watching this. It was like we could all tell you on the and I know they told you on the they told you on the round table. But my God, was that just? It's like you had so many chances to win this game. But then you look at the Nebraska defense, and their tackling was just tris poor.
Quick
So
shout out, quick shout out to one of the only bright spots on the Nebraska was former Ohio State commit Desan McCullough. He brought his A game that game and did everything he could to make um Underwood uncomfortable. So
yeah, I mean, but the reality is too. You also have to understand this too. Is like Nebraska, like they don't have any depth when you look at
yeah,
their team. Like they lack depth at every single position. It's actually ridiculous with how bad it was because it's like and like I said, I said it on the I said it on the show on Thursday with Sean and our just JP, uh, where we talked about how like they had a Nebraska defensive lineman with a cast on wrapped around his hand and his thumb, and he's playing with an injury. And I'm telling myself, oh, you really must not have no depth if you're telling me you're letting the guy that injured play.
he's the one that deflected the pass
Sure.
with his bad arm.
That's so funny.
I was like, ow, poor guy.
He's like, look, I'll go through the pain if it means we try to win this game. I give him credit for that. He, in a lot of ways, will remind me of the great Tommy Eichenberg, Tommy Two Thumbs.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's what's so funny because Tommy would play with like two broken thumbs and he didn't care. But yeah, no, it's like when Nebraska, it's like you had so many chances to win that game, and if your quarterback could actually just read a defense, get off his first read, and understand what the heck he was looking at, we could have been great. We could have been fine, but no.
the offensive line didn't do many
Oh,
favors.
they didn't do him any favors, but guess what? He had wide open receivers that he wasn't even looking at times. Like I said, he
Yeah,
missed guys that were wide open. So it's like it's both on him.
he
And
he, he
and
really needs to
yeah,
work on
and
it.
trust me, Mr. Bucknuts, we're gonna talk about Tommy and some of the Ohio State Buckeye stars in the NFL at the end, towards the end. So I advise you guys to keep it on Buck, especially because there's been some news about these guys coming into the NFL. So it's actually been it's actually gonna be really really fun just talking about that. But we're gonna move on to the preview of the Ohio State versus Washington game, which I think would be something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great game. I'm super excited.
Yes. So the things that we want to look out for with Ohio State versus Washington, which is how do Ohio State and Washington match up? Obviously, is gonna be a question.
I think we match up really well. I'm anxious to see how we do against a quarterback, their quarterback, with him being such a dual threat guy, and I think that um, linebackers and the secondary are going to be key. I think Caleb Downs has a big game along with uh, McLean, and like I said, I think we're going to possibly use either Sonny or Arvell to spy their QB to try to keep a contain on that QB run. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be key. But I think in the end, our offense is going to be too much for their defense to keep up with.
Oh yeah, I think so too. And
And
Mr. Bucknuts, real quick about Lacey. She's watching. She's just not in the chat. She doesn't comment all the time. That happens. Trust me. She's watching. She's just not in the chat. Or she's not commenting. And for Vader, he says, do I think Washington will stick with man coverage? I have no idea. There's a good chance. I mean, they could be as stubborn as Notre Dame because Notre Dame is willing to go man to man against all receivers. You saw what happened. But I can see where Jet Fish, I don't know if they're fully willing to commit to that. I could see a chance where I think that they could go zone against us as well. I don't see them sticking with man against us forever because that is just a death sentence you're asking for going
If
man
they
receivers.
if they do, they're gonna get cooked all day. Like
Yeah, like I don't. That's why I'm like I don't know. Like I don't think so. I don't think Jetfish is that stupid with this receiving unit. But at the same time, it's like it's like I could also see him being as stubborn as Notre Dame was, and see how well that works out. So, $5 super chat from Chris Lane. Thank you very much. Washington loses their 22 game win streak on Saturday. Will Georgia drop their 33 game home win streak to? Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they're losing to. Hi, TG Mika, and I missed you. Hey, missed you too, buddy.
miss you too, buddy.
Hey guys, don't forget to send in the super chats. The super chats really do help out with the show as well.
Yeah,
So
give us a super chat. Show us some love.
yep. And if you now again with Washington, again, I think that we match up pretty well. Honestly, I think we could overmatch them as well, to be honest.
Yeah, and I've also heard that their two starting quarters might be injured too. So that opens things up for our receivers and our tight ends as well.
Oh yeah, and you know what? I read good news about Sonny Styles, where he said, not Sonny Styles, Sonny Styles' brother Lorenzo Styles, and a junior, and it says that he actually could be ready to go come this game.
I'm really hopeful that whatever's been going on with Edric Houston, that the bye week helped him too, because I think that's why he's been down lately. Is I think that injury is still kind of lingered for him, so I'll be anxious to see if he shows up and he comes out and looks healthier than he has been.
Oh, absolutely, and I actually think he'll be fine. I think he'll be better. And not only that, but when you also think about it with this game, because I shared an article with the I read an article about how Ohio State's offensive line has talked about dealing with the noise, essentially, like how like they're not like obviously you can do the typical silent count, but that's not what they're going to do fully. Like I think they figured out a way on how to code language to each other, but in silence, essentially, so that way
Yeah,
they can like I forget. Jesus Christ, I forgot the freaking language he used. I think it's no, I know what it is. Carson Hinsman used this poise in the noise is what he called it. Poise in the noise. And
I
I
love
found
it.
that so interesting. I'm like, ooh, you know what? That could be something. Like, I'm interested in seeing what they're going to do with the noise in Washington because they don't underestimate it. Like, they know, like, Washington's a really loud place. They know it for certainty. They know.
I think we'll come in prepared and ready to go, and I know Matty P will be in his bag and be ready to go with whatever they throw at us.
Yeah,
So
which obviously, like, the question would be is can Ohio State contain their quarterback? I think they can because they've shown they can. If you
yeah,
ask me, like, I think that they are, I think that they can absolutely contain him, especially because I think they're going to have Arvell Reese being his spy. So if he's someone just even gets out the pocket, that like you have Arvell there just watching him.
we need to take a minute to appreciate what an athletic freak Lavelle Reese is. He is just amazing, and the fact that he's probably only gonna be around for 1 year makes me so sad.
Yeah, that's something that could happen. I hope it don't. But hey, at least you got At least we also got some studs as well. Like Kate, like Garrett Stover, Kate Stover's cousin. He's been phenomenal when he's playing. His athleticism really is showing. Like he's a pretty freaky athlete too.
Yeah,
So.
he's
And then same with Peyton Pierce. Like these dudes are freaks. And then you got freaking, Pettijon, Alford, Lee.
the
This guy's
the
athleticism is ridiculous.
the only good Alfred, by the way. Just saying. That's what I call him. The good Alfred.
Yeah, good Alfred. That's a good one. Yeah, TJ, he's been phenomenal when you hear nothing but good things. So even if this was Arvell's like 1 year, at least we have other linebackers that can actually step up, especially with Peyton, with how much um
He
James has been singing his praises. So I think we're
he he reminds me so much of a young James Laurinaitis. Like he really does.
fair. Um, Obviously, we all know this for a fact that we all believe Ohio State's passing game will dominate Washington's secondary if they play man. Now, if they play in
Yeah.
zone, I don't think that'll change, but it could open up the run game for Ohio State. So I think we all know that part. The better question will be is how will Sayan handle the loud environment in his first start?
I think that he'll maybe a little shook up to start out with, but it'll pass and he'll get used to it.
Yeah, I think that's how it start. I think he'll be a little flustered. I think he'll make a couple of mistakes here and there, but I think we'll get used to it as time goes on. I think he'll be fine, if you ask me. I think Julian is more than capable, for sure. Especially like I said, I think they said they found some way to, you know, kind of handle the noise. But like again, Carson Hinsman's whole poise in the noise is their whole motto. Poise in the noise.
I love it.
I love it.
I'm a
Love it.
I'm a sucker for phrases like I am. I'm a sucker. Like give me football green cards. I'd buy a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, that was the perfect one. I was like, oh, that's such a great football. Like, that's such a great football just term right there. That is such a awesome one. So I can't wait to see what they do with it. The other one, obviously, is who do we think will be the MVPs on offense and defense? Now, our producer Vader says Smith and Downs. Obviously, like those are going to be the main two that are always going to be seen as the ones. But who would you say are yours, Mika?
I'm gonna go with Reese and Tate.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do one better because I could also see a world where they forget about this one. I'm gonna say for offense, Brandon Ennis or Bo
Ooh,
Jackson.
good pick.
One of those two, and I'm gonna do like either gonna be Brandon Ennis or Bo Jackson because with Carnell and Jeremiah being like such aliens, I could see them actively trying to double those two while forgetting about Brandon Ennis. I can absolutely see that.
I just don't think they'll have the bodies to double both of them. So
No,
you,
that's the thing though. Like I think they're gonna try because think about it. Like in some way you're gonna want to take away the best too. So that's why I would say that. And then on defense, I would say Arvell Reese myself as well. Arvell or Sonny.
yeah, Sonny's due for a big game, so I wouldn't
Mm.
be surprised if it was Sonny either.
Yeah, so like those are my picks. Like because here's my thing. Like you got guys who could potentially be. Like I said, I'm gonna go with Brandon just because I think he could have a big game if they're not paying him any attention, which I think they won't because they'll be so concerned about Claire in the tight end room. They'll be so concerned about Tate and Smith to a point where I think that those guys, I think this could be the game where Brandon has a breakout game because people are criticizing him and it's like, guys, teams have actively taken him away from the bottom, and yet they leave Carnell and Jeremiah. And trust me, I think teams are going to start catching on to that. And again, Sean, I basically just said it. I do think those guys could be MVPs, but I also do think teams are going to pay real close attention to them. I do. So that's why I'm saying I think Brandon Ennis might get his breakout game because he's yet to get one. So and
And
like I said, for defense, he's gonna be one of our two linebackers, Sonny or Arville.
And I just love what we're doing with the tight ends. I know I said it last episode, but the fact that we're having so many tight ends out on the field at once and using some in like fullback roles and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that and showing more blocking with the tight ends, I think it's
Oh yeah.
really, I love the creativeness that we're showing with them, and it's just going to make us look better with recruits and everything. Having so many tight ends on fields and all the multiple looks we're showing on both offense and defense. It's just this season has been a joy to watch. All the different things we're coming out with and throwing at defenses is and the different defenses and what Matty P is coming up with. It's just been so entertaining to watch, and I'm just so excited for this season. I am every season, but this has been special to watch to me. Just how creative we've been on both sides of the ball and the different things that we haven't seen in a while or ever at Ohio State, and it's just been fun to watch.
Chris, I think it's a great bookie type of pick. If Sonny gets a pick six, I could see that. And then for Sean, his defensive MVP is Jalen McClain. I actually like that pick. I could see that.
That kid is a hammer. Like that
Lakin Ransom caliber play.
that that tackle was insane. His, that was textbook. Jersey kids can throw down.
I mean, that's why we love getting Jersey kids because it's for that reason right there. It's the fact that these Jersey kids they know how to hit people. So yeah, so like now we're gonna talk about some because now we can what would be your score prediction, Mika? Vader's is 42-17. I gotta go back and check Sean's and them's, but I know what theirs are. What's yours?
I got 38-20.
I have 35-14.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah, somewhat. I could see them getting 17 with 3 points, but I mostly see them like getting 14 because I don't think our defense will let them get like no more than 2 touchdowns at the utmost. Um, so yeah, no. And then obviously, guys, like I told you, it's gonna be the NFL rundown of our Buckeyes in the NFL, especially and their NFL teams. Now, I will say there's been some news on Justin Fields. It seems there's a potential he could come back for the Miami Dolphins game.
Yeah,
Potentially, not sure yet,
yeah,
but
I heard about that.
yeah, there's a potential he could come back for that. Have no idea, but if he does, I'm actually excited for him because it means like because first of all, you're going up against a trash football team with a trash defense. So and think about it too, like Kenneth Grant, that D tackle. Oh my God, do the Miami Dolphins hate drafting him in the first round, don't they?
Yeah, talk about buyer's remorse, man.
Oh yeah, that gotta suck. And same with for the Bears, we're getting close to love him because he ain't doing nothing. For granted, he's got a crappy ass quarterback, but you know.
I
And
think, to be
yeah,
fair, I think you could put a Hall of Fame tight end on the Bears and still wouldn't do much of anything at this point.
fair. I still don't think Love will amount to anything in the NFL. Jaden McCarthy's still trash. I hear Donnie Jackson. Apparently, I found this out. He got injured and he's expected to come back at some point. But he was killing it when he played. So it's unfortunate that he did get hurt. But at least we know he could come back at some point.
Yeah, was that an ankle injury?
I
I
believe it was. I believe it
I,
was.
I didn't hear for sure. I heard either ankle or knee, so I
Yeah.
wasn't sure which.
And then obviously Vader asks, "Do we think Emeka could be Rookie of the Year?" Absolutely. Emeka's been killing.
Absolutely.
He's been dude. The freaking Buccaneers have been just mobbing over him. They're slobbing. They're happy as heck they got him. Like he's already emerging as a number one for them already.
Well,
Like
he's playing like a veteran, and that's. I mean, like I've said it before on other shows. Brian Hartline should be receiving thank you gifts from the NFL on a daily basis. On a
hey, they
daily
call him the best receiver coach in the NFL. Dude don't even coach in the NFL.
on a daily basis, like he should be getting flowers, chocolates, or something. It should be happening. Like
Oh yeah, like because Emeka, man, and think about it. You got Jeremiah Smith in 2 years, and you got Carnell Tate next year or next draft, which is 2026. You got him coming. And think about it. There are some teams that need some wide receivers. You don't think they're looking at
hey
Carnell?
guys, hey Bob, look.
Huh? I- oh my god. And I'm not gonna lie too. I think David Benosa could also find himself somewhere too. I hope just as a reference too, because I think like Carnell Tate, David Benosa, and Caleb Downs, they're gonna be guys that the NFL gonna be looking at straight up. Same with Max Clare. These guys gonna be looked at by NFL teams. Another Buckeye that we could talk about is Marvin, because he's having a pretty good second year, but not the breakout year he should be having. And when I look at that team, again, unless you're a running back or a tight end, I don't think you're gonna get many favors with that team. If
Help,
you're a wide receiver, you're not.
help.
You're not. And that's what's unfortunate. Now, Paris did get injured too. By the way, he did get injured. He's expected back as well. Cody Simon and Denzel Burke, they've been killing it when they've gotten on their own defense. They've been killing it. They've been killing it, and and not only that, but it's like, and think about it too. For if you are the Arizona Cardinals, like you have Will Johnson, who is a great zone player, but he can't play man to man. Like if you keep him in zone, he's great. If he's not in zone, he's a liability.
Hold
You
on
got
a
a
sec.
guy in Denzel who can do both.
Hold on a sec. I gotta mute. I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh no, go ahead, Mika. I'm gonna keep it going, but yeah, no. For everybody else, it's I would say like when it comes down to it for the Arizona Cardinals, because they are basically the Ohio State Cardinals with how much talent they got over there. I hear nothing but great things about Josh Fryer. I hear he could be a starter at some point, maybe.
Help me out
Um,
here.
you said what?
Am I muted?
No.
Well, I need to mute you.
All
Am I
right.
muted? Am I muted now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Am I muted now?
No, you're not muted.
I don't know what's going on. How about
You,
now?
no, he might fact let me do it. um. Okay, now you muted me. I muted you. But But yeah, no, guys, let me just say that real quick. It's just like when it comes to the NFL, the Buckeyes have been doing well for the most part. Like I said, you have some guys that are injured, and it sounds like they are. It sounds like something. It sounds like again for the guys that are injured, they'll be coming back at some point. Now, the other thing is too is the Buckeyes who also have been killing it, like Langston Ransom and freaking Jordan Hancock. I can see them playing for their teams for like the next 10 years. Well, with Langton, I don't know if he'll be with the Cardinals for the not the Cardinals, the Panthers for the next 10 years because the Panthers are a pretty suck football team. So, but I will say the Panthers they look great these past game because they ended up shutting out Atlanta, who has a fantastic offense. They shut them up. They shut them out. Like their defense was just clamping them, and Langton was just playing like a beast. The same with their D line and everybody. So, like, if this keeps up, I can see Langton staying there for like a 10 years. I can see that.
No.
Same with like I say with Hancock, him and the Bills, because they've been killing it. The Bills have been fantastic. Like Joey Bosa finally has a defensive coordinator that actually knows how to use him for God's sakes. Like, thank you, Bills, for getting them out
Thank
of that
goodness.
situation with the Chargers. Um so he's been great. And like I said, Hancock's been playing out of his mind to a point where it's like I said, the Bills love him. They've been saying nothing but great things about him, so I can see him being there for 10 years. Ty Hamilton's actually, from everything I've been watching of him with the Los Angeles Rams, he's been fantastic as well. He's been amazing. It's actually pretty funny. How great he's been. Like so, a lot of our late round picks, Jack Sawyer has also been playing very very well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. TG tried to send you a super chat and sound and sprints and says message not sent. Try it again with the super chat. Try it again because I notice with super chats they have some issues every now and again. It does it's not always that way, but sometimes it happens. But yeah, no, I just figured that I talk about that with the I figured I'd talk about that at some point. But yeah, no, I think yeah, I think our team with the NFL, like all of our players in the NFL have been doing nothing but spectacular. And at some point, I'm trying to see if I could do because I got an idea for what we can do too, as well. That might get you guys interested in paying more attention to them in their NFL careers. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm going to say it when when I get off the show. Because Eric, if you're still watching, at some point I'm going to talk to you about that. But yeah, no, it's just factual. Because it's something I think you guys might be interested in. If we're being
Okay,
honest,
I'm
because I
back.
know a lot of you don't watch the NFL for like that. Sometimes some of you do, not all of you. Oh, by the way, Quinshon Junkins, I almost forgot to mention about him. Him, Mike Hall, and And there's somebody else from Ohio State I'm thinking of. Oh, Mike Hall is scheduled to make his return from injury. Quinshon Judkins, his debut was a beast. And another one of our former Buckeyes actually was killing in the NFL as well. So it's like I'm honestly enjoying this. And like I said, I think I have some in mind to help you guys stay in contact with the NFL and mainly with our Buckeye players that are there. And even the scum players, because they are stinking it up right now. Texas's players have actually been good. Georgia's has been really good. Alabama's has been solid. Um, and all the other teams have been pretty solid. Like obviously, like Penn State's obviously always gonna be good. Linda Jackson, Justin Fields. I talked about him. It's a chance he comes back from injury to play against the Dolphins. If he does, I think he's gonna have himself a game against one of the worst defenses there is in all of the NFL.
Can you hear me now?
It is just factual. I think Fields is gonna be just he's gonna be just killing it. Sean, who was the troll that you kicked out? Because I'm not gonna lie, if you're telling me we had like another troll, it'd be the funniest thing in the world. Mika, if you're trying to talk, you're still muted.
Hello, I'm back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, so let me see. What else do we have? The Bozo
Can you
Brigade.
hear me now?
Okay, understandable. Alright, so guys, while I'm at it, let me see if I can look up something real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Cause I did see something regarding let me see something. Let's take Buckeyes. There's been an article about Jason Smith Najimba. That is something. Yeah, no, there's an article about Jason here with the Seattle Seahawks. Jason Smith Najimba, JSN. Apparently, man, he's
No.
been a dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, JSN has been
Just got me
amazing
on
in the
mute.
NFL. And apparently, the article. There's also like another article based on the Ohio State Buckeye, ranking the Ohio State receivers in the NFL, of course. And it's hard to rank them all. Terry McLaurin, and I'm reading this now, he suffered an injury, it looks like, which is unfortunate. Terry suffered an injury, which is unfortunate. That absolutely sucks with the Commanders. And he's actually already had a great season too, because the Commanders finally decided to pay him. It's probably the smartest thing they've done all this time.
No.
Hey, Eric.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, Mika's, we can all hear Mika, but you cannot.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, just wanted to let you know. So, I don't know if she's like, doesn't look like she's muted, but I just
Can you
wanted
hear
to
me
let
now?
you know.
Okay, well then it just says there's something. I swear, I gotta hurry up and get my thing working.
Well, if you need me to jump in for you, and maybe you jump out and jump back in, that might fix it.
Yeah, Eric, kind of take over for me right here. I'm gonna jump out and then jump back in.
Sure. Give me 1 second. Let me add myself to the scene. All right.
All right.
Hey,
Hello.
everybody. How's it going, Mika?
I was so confused. I'm in here in my room playing trades. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure why she couldn't hear you, so
My
I don't
mom,
know.
my mom looked in and she was giving me the side eye. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't even know what's happening.
I don't know. All right, what about now, TG? Can you hear her now?
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead
can
and say something, Mika.
Um, wouldn't be the podcast without technical difficulties.
hear. Practically. Oh my god, I gotta hurry up and get my thing. If I can get my what you call it to work
Bye,
for
guys.
bye. And look, if I can get my what you call it to work for this other StreamYard, I can freaking we don't gotta deal with these technical difficulties. But that's just the unfortunate truth is you're gonna have technical difficulties no matter what.
Yeah.
Troy.
A lot of teams need some loyal Ohio State football players, including my Bengals.
Oh,
Linda,
for sure, the Bengals definitely. Now they got Seth McLaughlin, but I don't know what they're gonna do because they are just atrocious right now. I
they
don't know what
need
they're
they need offensive linemen. We need to keep Joe Burrow upright. Like
doing.
I'm
Yo, yes.
I'm scared for this man. Like he just generational talent, but we keep getting him hurt, and it hurts my soul. It really does.
Oh yeah, and Lisa. Okay, I think it's just one of those days where it's like the super chats don't go through. Like sometimes that just happens. I don't know why that happens. It's just because it happened with me whenever I go on other podcasts as well. So sorry it didn't work for you. Well, hopefully you when you come back you could try again. And even on the Buckeye Lounge, hopefully you try it again as well. Because
I've
sometimes
had similar I've had similar issues too, so it's not just you. It happens to all of us. Like
oh
I
yeah,
keep,
like trust me, it happens. And trust me, we're not the only podcast that's had that issue before. Like I've been on other podcasts before I became a podcaster. I used to be on other podcasts, and there were times they had issues with the super chat. So some be happening with the super chat where it's like there'd be so many issues. Don't know why, it just happens.
yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Yeah, it happens. But speaking of your Bengals again, and like, do you actually let's be real, Mika? Do you actually trust your management? You and Eric, for that matter, do y'all actually trust your management to fix
You
that?
know the answer to that. I'm not stupid.
I'm not gonna lie, girl.
I'm
I'm not gonna.
insulted you would even imply such a thing. Like, come on.
I'm just being honest. I mean, it's factual. Like when it comes to the
Well,
Bengals, they're the biggest joke of a team there is because it's like, how in the world do you and Eric, I can see you don't either. How in the world do you have a generational talent and you can't build around him? Make that make sense.
I know. It hurts me. It
Hey,
hurts me.
but you know the Bucks. You know what's funny is the Bengals are the only team that can't seem to build around a franchise quarterback because the Houston Texans. What are you doing with C.J. Stroud right now?
I know. It's just I this is why college football is and will forever be my go-to because I just don't trust what goes on in the NFL. Like I just don't.
I
You
will
put
say what makes the NFL more entertaining is how it's been like more more like pretty much parallel where it's like
yeah, but you're getting that more in college
yeah, you're
football
getting now
nowadays.
more college football more than ever, but I think why people love the NFL more is there was more parallel between teams. Like there's like way more where a bad team could beat a good team on a regular
Well,
basis, and even the most surprising teams
but
could
I
win.
just don't like the whole having like franchises at the mercy of crap organizations like the Cincinnati Bengals and stuff like that. Like that just bugs me.
Yeah, I mean it just depends because I will say this for Buckeye fans is you got Buckeye fans across the nation across all NFL teams, all 32.
Now,
And they got you got some Buckeye fans who are a part of miserable teams in the NFL and some that are part of amazing teams. So
nowadays, I usually just watch the NFL to see how my Buckeyes are doing and
yeah,
compare
and that's
them.
the biggest reason as to why anybody watches the NFL. If you're part of a loser franchise like the Cincinnati Bengals, can't get it right. That's the best way to watch it.
Well, salt in the wound, TG. Salt in the
I'm sorry.
wound.
Look, you're not the only one because I've also made fun of Bears fans for sure. Like I constantly make fun of them. Same with Bears fans. Sorry, Troy, or whoever is the Bears fan. Sorry, man. Same with and it's kind of funny because I was just recently, too long ago. It was like I think last week Monday I was on a team. It was the New York Jets. I was on a New York Jets podcast because they ask about Justin Fields a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully Justin Fields will be okay.
Yeah, so I was on that podcast telling them about their team. And thank you, Chris, for the $2. Seems to be working for you. All right. So for anybody else, see if you can throw a super chat in and see if it works for you. Because if it's just Chris today, because then it says, okay, we might have a problem with the super chat because it should be just one person.
You might have to check to see if you have the latest updated version of YouTube, because if you don't, it can cause super chats not to go through.
Oh yeah, that's another part too. Like, yeah, you gotta have the latest updated version of YouTube.
I had that problem once and it fixed it.
The good thing for me is I get my apps updated. They tell me when to update my app, and I get the most upgraded version. Sometimes I don't even have to. So, and yeah, Lisa, it's like if you want to send a super chat, just make sure that happens. Let that be known. Because sometimes, like I said, it just depends on what happens. I watched my Bears last week, but I don't care if they win or lose last week. I just smoke cooking ribs watching. The NFL kind of sucks. I mean, in a way, it kind of does. And Eric, because TG told me to do this. Funny, brother. I mean, it makes sense for you. You should have the upgraded version of YouTube.
Yeah, if you don't, there's something wrong. Like you're supposed to be our leader, man. Set the example.
Again, we got to talk after the thing too, obviously, because I have some ideas I want to throw around. But I'm not gonna be here, obviously, because we're gonna have a meeting. But you know, and for Troy, yeah, let's be real. I know you know not to take your team so seriously about beating the Dallas Cowboys with the third worst passing defense in the league. I mean, that's what Caleb Williams' specialty was during college. Beat up on the crappy teams, and then when he goes up against mediocre to good teams, he's absolute trash. So, you know. And Lisa, that's funny.
Their entire team is a blockage.
At this point, basically. Mika, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're good. Sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. I needed assistance there, so.
Yeah, look, it happens. And like I said, hopefully I can get some stuff working to a point where we're probably gonna get this fixed because we were supposed to do it on somewhere else, do this show on another series, but because my tends to have some problems, we can't. So we'll see how long it takes before we can. So hopefully this could be soon because I don't like these technical difficulties. Sure, they are hyping up that win like they beat somebody. It's funny. I mean, at this point, it's because everybody wants to be proven right about this guy, where it's like, no, he's a generational bust, and I don't care what any of you say, because I bet you when he goes up against a media, it's no different than what he did last year. He went up against two crappy teams in the pass defense, and when he went up against mediocre to good teams in the defensive pass game, he sucked. So, do not care.
Exactly. So, everybody get hyped for the game. It should be a good game, and I think our Buckeyes take care of business. And like I said, I think it'll be a good game, and we might end up getting a few flips out of it. So, who knows?
Yeah, I absolutely think that when it comes down to it, I think that we're going to have a great game against Washington. I think that, and everybody should be paying attention to our Buckeyes in the NFL, be watching those guys, be supporting those guys, especially when they be making the big plays. You know, they're the dudes in the NFL at the end of the day. And I'm not going to lie. It's been fun talking to all of you and TG and Eric. Is TG drinking a Capri Sun? Yes, I was, because my throat's been killing me all day.
Product placement.
Yeah, guys, it's been a Capri Sun. Look, if y'all want to continue drinking these, yes, this is a Capri Sun, guys. If you want to drink these, go out and get some. These are still really good. And guess what? I've been drinking this because I need this for my throat. My throat's been killing me all day. At one point, it's just.
They are very good.
Yeah.
Sponsorships opportunity, TV.
Yeah, sponsorship opportunities.
Label front.
Yeah, listen, y'all. The Buckeye Ladies bought you Brought to you by the Capri Sun. Let's make it happen. Yeah, let's make it happen because I love Capri Suns. I still love drinking them. But like I said, I've been drinking it today because my throat's been killing me since yesterday. Because it's like whenever I swallow, my throat tends to get very hard, and when I cough, it starts to hurt. So it's like something be happening. So I don't know why, but
Uh-oh.
it's the best. It's the best set of thing I've been using for my throat. So
There you go.
it's
Sponsorship.
still really good. Still really good. It makes me back in my childhood. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a fun show, and like it said, like we be making money with Capri Suns. Let's make it happen, baby. Would love to see that. Uh,
Like your childhood, which was what, like yesterday?
hey, hey, look, let it be known, guys. At the end of the day, enjoy your day for the rest of the day. Make sure you guys tune in to the podcast at 7 8 p.m. at pretty much Eastern time. If you're in Chicago, it's 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m. every time. Ohio and the rest of the eastern border, it's at 8. So again, make sure you tune in on Thursday, and don't forget to tune in this next week Tuesday for the Buckeye Lounge show with myself and Sean, because we're gonna have another guest, as we already told you on the show. I would advise you to go back and look at our interview that we did with JP and his kid, with our guest JP, whose kid Castle. Uh, we did a great show with him. It's been a great interview talking about the kid that had a bunch of issues. Obviously, like if you guys have to go to their donation site to keep donating to them, help them get to make sure to continue the treatment for his son. Trust me, the kid's been doing better, and I'm happy to hear it. It's a miracle, and let's hope that we can continue to help the kid out. And again, make sure that you guys also tune in this Saturday for the call-in show with Chris, as well as the watch along on Saturday. Now, if Eric, Chris, and Corey want me to be part of it, let me know, because I will watch along with you guys always. And trust me, if you guys want to have some fun, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna enjoy it, because you're gonna be watching me just marking out for Ohio State. Because trust me, I love the Nebraska Michigan game, even though it was boring. Like having me, Corey, and pretty much commentated made it more entertaining than anything. But watching the Buckeye games with us, especially when it comes to me, y'all would love to see me at my fullest, like, just out there energy. Like, trust me, when I watch Buckeye games, I'm an energetic type person. I promise you. You would love to see it. So, and don't forget to also tune in to Monday call-in shows with Eric, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell all your friends about us. We got to get those subscriber numbers up. Start dropping super chats. We love you. Good night and go Bucks.
Yep,
Oh,
go
wait.
Bucks. I-O, go Bucks, and scum still sucks. Night, everybody.